YouTube, welcome back. Today we're going to do something different. I spoke with you about the screen and how good it is and what kind of protection it provides. But I am looking for an enhancement to that situation. So I have bought something new that I already installed, but I want to change something on Max. So I will take the opportunity to show you a bit of practical mechanics on Max and how easy it is. So this is what I did. I bought a spoiler for the screen, which is a Puig. Let me show the details. Let me see if I can focus it. Come on, man. Puig. There you go. So, and the idea is that I want to reduce the buds and the wind noise that I hear when I'm traveling on a highway. So I've been trying this and it is working very well. The only disadvantage is that now, even in the lowest setting, I just can see just above it, which is not really comfortable. I mean, the original height of the windscreen was perfect for me in the high position, but now with the spoiler it's too high. So what I'm going to do is to change the height of the screen. I will put it in a low position and I will do it with you, so you will be able to see some details on how the windscreen is installed and how to change it and so on. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'll probably mess it up. Don't laugh too hard as usual, and let's see how it goes. All right, so this is the Max without the makeup. As you can see, the small mask, the plastic mask, which I just took off, is here. Just two screens that are going to be there. Very easy stuff. And as you can see, the screen is solidly attached to the scooter. And what I'm trying to do now is to find a way to lower the screen to the lower setting. And as you remember, I told you about the little pads I'm using here to reduce the level of noise that comes from, you know, the shaking of the screen and stuff. So these are the two I installed last time. They're working pretty well, but there is always space for improvement. So again, the plan is to lower the screen here to the lowest position so that the height of the spoiler is not too high for me. I don't want to look into the spoiler, I want to look above, and since this is in the lower position, I need to lower the whole screen, which is good. Gonna do it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I started to take out the 6 screws which are going here, focus, here, here, and here on both sides. And I discovered that actually those screws are holding the counter mask. So there is another piece here that now is free, and they're basically short screws which are supposed to keep this from vibrating. Now be careful with the screws because there are 6 in total. 4 of them, which are the top ones, and the middle ones are having the same size, but the bottom ones are slightly longer. So don't mix them up when you reassemble the whole lot. Okay, 6 screws. And now we are going to take care of these babies here, and then the stuff becomes interesting because I'm really not sure what is gonna happen. I might give also a bit of a wipe to the screen since I'm at it, don't you think? Let's see. And this is the result. This is the naked Maxsym 600i without the screen. Looks a bit weird. You haven't seen this yet, I think. So this is a primer, I'm very proud of it. This is it. So some details, as you see here, there are the attachments of the screen, and as you probably see, there are strong metal bars that are used to hold the screen in place. Now the whole lot is based on 6 bolts, which are fortunately of same size, so you don't have to mess around with that. Just be careful because each bolt has one of these washers, and these washers are supposed to get into the rubber mounts which are on the screen itself. So I left one here on both sides. As you can see, this is what happens when you take out the bolt, and the rubber mounts are here, and each bolt has a rubber mount, and the rubber mount is fit with one of those washers and then the bolt on top of it. And those are the masks. 2 masks, both sides. Okay, looks good. Now let's see what we can learn out of this. This grill, I suppose, is used to give some air to the engine. I'm not sure, but it makes sense that it's there. Very curious to know what this is. Really no idea. I will leave it there for the moment. Yeah, I mean the setup is solid. It's not weak or something. This is metal on metal. So yeah, pretty happy with this. Wow. If it wasn't because of the exposed bolts and stuff, the Maxsym looks cool even without the screen, I must say. Or maybe it's only me, I don't know. We'll see. Let's move on. Alright, so I started to reassemble the screen. When you are doing this job, you probably have to move the washer from here to here because they fall in a different position. So I have to fiddle a bit around to find the right position for the rubber washers in the right holes, as I did, as you see now. And if you see from the other side, now it matches exactly the attachments on the scooter. Now the next challenge will be to do something with the masks and to make sure that they still fit all right. So that will be a bit of a fiddling job again, but this is more or less what it comes. And yeah, it is the screen is visibly lower, and now I can, if everything goes all right, I will be able to use the spoiler to actually achieve the same result as lowering of heightening the screen. Give me some more flexibility. But let's crack on. Let's see what comes out of it. So when you are remounting the screen, you have to remount together with the screen also the masks, because if you mount the screen, then you will not be able to do so anymore. It's not particularly fiddly. The tolerances are pretty small. Now the bolts are not tightened, of course, and this is comparison the screen, which is still loose, but without the mask behind it. So you will not be able to fit the mask behind it. You have to take off the screen first, fit the mask behind, and then fix the screws. Let's move on. So this is how it looks like when the when the rear masks are fit back. As you can see, they're back where they should. I'm pretty impressed with the low tolerances of this construction. I mean, basically every single piece snaps in place almost seamlessly, considering it's plastic. I'm pretty happy about that. So now it's a question of tightening the bolts, doing a last check, and then fitting the front mask, and then we're done. Yeah, the screen is definitely a bit lower now, and you can see it from the front as well. The nose is kind of smaller. I'm very curious to see how it drives, but I am pretty sure it will drive fantastic, because now I can use the spoiler to select the screen height I want, which was the idea to start with. Let's see. Voila, this is the finished product. This is how it looks like when the screen is low. What I learned out of this exercise is that, yeah, as expected, the build construction is pretty good. You can see it is not massively built and it is not made for war or something like that, but it is properly built, good enough, and the tolerances are quite good. The components are built to fit, and they fit nicely. It was not difficult at all. All you need for this job is a cross screwdriver, and you need a 10 key, and that's more or less it. It's not something you want to do every single day, but it's not difficult at all. And yeah, now I'm very curious to see how these things ride, because this spoiler is very promising, so I'm going to test it very soon, which means basically now. Okay, so what I wanted to point out is something very important. When you fit or when you disassemble this front mask, you have to remember there are kind of teeth that are inserted, and they keep this together with the screen. So if you just pull it, you will break it. The right way to disassemble and reassemble this front mask, once you take out the two screws below, is to push it downwards. If you push it downward, the teeth that are holding it, more or less here I think, are coming out, and this will come free. If you just pull it, it will break. So be careful there. Remember, take out the screws, push it down, and then the mask will come out. Be careful with this one. Something I learned some time ago, but I forgot to tell you. So here you go. So this is the end of this particular exercise. It went very well. I didn't mess anything up, I think, but I will show it very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Next time I will tell you about the other things that I did. Basically, I changed the engine oil, and I did a few other things. Oh yes, I ordered a new air filter, which I found on the internet, the original component. So I will tell you about other things next time. But for the time being, I wish you a very nice day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.